Ontario's three opposition party leaders are calling on the Auditor General to launch an investigation into how much public wealth was possibly transferred to private landowners when the Ford government opened up parts of the Greenbelt for development. This follows an exclusive story we first brought you yesterday. Sources tell us taxpayers could be missing out on billions of dollars in profits. The vast majority of the land being carved out of the Greenbelt belonged to the Duffins Rouge Agricultural Preserve in Pickering. The almost 5,000 acres of previously protected farmlands and forests now intended for developers to build 50,000 new homes.
This is a giveaway free of charge of the development rights that belong to the people of Ontario to a well-connected private real estate investor. It's something that the Auditor General should investigate.
Ontario's NDP, Liberal and Green Party leaders echoing the sentiment. On Thursday, they penned a strongly worded joint letter to the Auditor General calling for a value-for-money audit and an assessment of the financial and environmental impacts of the government's decision.
If they are going to make the mistake of opening the lands up for development, at the very least, they should capture the public value of that and not have all that value go to a handful of land speculators.
Ontario sold the Pickering lands decades ago to area farmers at deflated prices on the condition that easements would protect the lands from development. These easements represented a multi-billion-dollar public investment by the people of Ontario, the letter argues. The removal of these easements means these speculative profits will now flow to private landowners with no compensation to the public.
Millions of dollars that should have gone into the public purse, should have and benefited Ontarians, wasted. There are some significant questions here as to why the government has thrown away essentially a $2 billion asset.
Meanwhile, activists have long argued there's enough land outside the Greenbelt to build houses, but the Premier insists this land is needed.
I think we're very transparent, and at the end of the day, we need more homes. We're going to see over 300,000 people in the next year or two showing up to the province, so we need to continue building homes.
This is the people's Greenbelt. It belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to a group of already rich people to make even more money at, or it doesn't belong to the Premier to give away.
The OPP were also asked to look into the Greenbelt deals and have started interviewing sources to decide whether or not they will launch an investigation. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.